Welcome everybody to the Back of X. I'm Chris and we are back for a new episode of the Xbox Weekly News Roundup. The cycle has been dominated this week by the stellar showcase that was put on by Xbox themselves last weekend as part of their Summer Games Showcase, and with that showcase come abundance of reveals. So I covered this everything that was revealed in a video earlier this week, so please do check that out. But just coming back around on some of these topics, Xbox, the major game reveals that came from this showcase was the likes of Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, with confirmation that Alex Mason and Menendez will be returning in a 2035 set, new co-op campaign, new multiplayer and new round-based zombies modes. Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded were revealed as a surprise double feature from Obsidian, taking them to 3 games launched in this year, which is insane. Grounded 2 launching on the 29th of July this year, with Outer Worlds 2 launching on the 29th of October. We also got The Keeper from Double Fine, which is a very surreal third-person adventure game where you take control of a lighthouse. Very intriguing game, that one. And of course, Clockwork Revolution, which is an insanely looking, well, Bioshock-esque, outstanding game from In Exile, which is a steampunk time travel game. 100% the game of the show. If you haven't already checked it out, do make sure you do that. And then we also had other third-party and partner reveals in the form of Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7, Persona 4 Revival, Invincible Versus, Super Meat Boy, Platinum Blana 2, and so on. And one that caught a lot of people's attention was, of course, Beast of Reincarnation, which of all studios has come from Game Freak, who are traditionally behind the Pokemon games. We also had hardware reveal at this showcase in the form of the Xbox ROG Ally and the Xbox ROG Ally X, both launching in holiday 2025. This is, of course, the expanded, upgraded version of the current ROG Ally, but of course with a new launch directly into Xbox interface that has got many people in the community very interested in this, because it gives you that console-like experience in a PC handheld mode, and is essentially an indicator of what we should expect from the next major hardware from Xbox, and a little bit of a glimpse into the future. And of course, Phil Spencer closed out the show with a stinger reveal that 2026 being the 25th anniversary of Xbox, and also happens to be the 20th anniversary of Gears of War, will be dropping a new Fable, which we know about, Gears E-Day, brand new Forza, and return of a classic that's been with them since the start. Now, easy to assume this will probably just be the Halo Combat Evolved remake we've heard about, but could this also be an indicator of a long dormant franchise, the likes of Crimson Skies and so on? Unlikely, but we do know that something flight combat nature has been worked on by Playground Games is next year. Playground Games is turned to launch 3 games in a year. We'll have to wait and see. Off the back of the game showcase then, Xbox Wire have been dropping an abundance of articles this week, showcasing each of the major games that were shown at the showcase in greater depth, so you can understand some of the gameplay mechanics of these, or some of the design decisions come behind them. So do head on over to Xbox Wire, as they've I'll just list out some of the features they got over there. So Grounded 2, an article going into how they've made this sort of a bigger, bolder experience. Outer Worlds 2, similarly, how did they make a as they called it, big sequel energy. We have articles on Super Meat Boy on how they balanced nostalgia versus innovation. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, discussing taking the series in a new direction. We have then the deeper look into High on Life 2, which is coming to Game Pass this winter. The discussion on Invincible Versus, how they decided to go down the Brutus stylish but accessible fighting experience. How Planet of Lana 2 is a much more ambitious sequel than the previous game. And then it continues on. We have features on Double Fine, some game The Keeper, Aphelion, which is a very intriguing game from Don't Nod, discussing their thoughts on explanation and survival. Mudang, Two Hearts, covering how they've blended storytelling with stealth action. And then discussing games such as Animal, the Pokemon-like game revealed at the show, breaking down sort of the creature collector. So whatever game you were interested in that showcase, pretty much there's a good chance that it has a feature available on Xbox Wire for you to dive further into, so do check those out. Another showcase that happened then this week was, of course, the Xbox reveals from the Konami Press Start 2025 showcase. So some interesting details came out from this showcase. So we had another showcasing of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is due to release on August 28th this year. And they revealed in it that Xbox will be getting a special Snake versus Bomberman mode and an exclusive multiplayer feature called Fox Hunt. There was also the reveal of a game called Darwin's Paradox, which is an adventure platform starring a clever octopus escaping a sort of sprawling industrial complex. Very interesting looking game coming out this year. It looks like a good time. There was Gradius Origins, which we had confirmation is releasing on August 7th this year, which is a collection of 18 classic Gradius shoot 'em up games, including the first console releases of the likes of Gradius 3. Then there was Eden Zero, which confirmation is releasing on the 17th of July 2025 on both Xbox and PC, which is an action RPG based on the Hiro Mishima's manga, and also confirmation that the demo is available on the store. And then to close things out, then we had Silent Hill. So first up, Silent Hill F, which is arriving on the 25th of September. This is Xbox's first return to the Silent Hill franchise in quite some time. So we first saw this at Summer Game Fest last week, but of course further discussions happened here. And then also Konami teased Silent Hill Remake. So Silent Hill Remake became Silent Hill 2 Remake came out from Konami and Blooper Team last year. No confirmation yet on whether that is coming to Xbox, though there is a rumor that Silent Hill 2 will be coming later this year. So with Silent Hill 1 being remade, there's every chance that this could also be coming to Xbox further down the line, even if there is a Sony exclusivity deal. Next article then is the Gears of War Ultimate Edition. For those who are not aware, if you already own the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Xbox have started handing out the reloaded codes to Xbox owners of the Ultimate Edition. So for those who are not aware, everyone who already owns a digital copy of Gears of War Ultimate Edition is getting Gears of War Reloaded free of charge. So I received my code earlier this week, but that code also comes with codes to the beta. Now the beta, first stage of the beta happened this weekend, the online beta, and the second stage of the online beta is happening next weekend. So if you haven't already, do check out the your inbox on Xbox to see if you have a code to redeem. But yes, the beta continues next weekend, where they'll be adding more maps, plus the King of the Hill mode will be added into the beta. Coming back around then to a topic we first discussed on the video last week, which is Resident Evil. Resident Evil Requiem was revealed in Jeff Keighley's show last week, and we had further details that came out this week, all very interesting details for those who are fans of the franchise. Now, of course, there's two different perspectives in Resident Evil. We have the third-person versions and the first-person versions. Everybody's got their favorite type. Well, we had confirmation that Resident Evil Requiem will have a dual perspective where you can switch between first and third-person views at any time, which is obviously an interesting new design choice because this is the first time we're going to be able to do this. We also got confirmation that the game introduces the protagonist of Grace Ashcroft, who's an FBI technical analyst, who's not really prepared for what she's going to come up to from the horrors of the ruined Raccoon City, which is kind of covering that sort of standard horror trope of that final girl she's going to be able to take down the big monster, but goes in as completely fresh, clean. We also had touches on the tone and atmosphere, so they stated that Requiem is emphasizing that relentless tension and dread over action. I'm thinking sort of the build-up in films such as Hereditary or the likes of The Conjuring in this, but they said they're looking for hyper-realistic visuals and sound design to keep the players in a constant state of fear and dread, which is sounds brilliant, doesn't it? Gameplay and puzzles will be part of this game, so puzzles, exploration, and environment stories will all be a core part of it, realized through enhancements to the RE engine, and touching back on sort of games such as Resident Evil 2 and 3. We had confirmation of stalker enemies, so there will be a towering, intelligent, near unkillable creature in this game that stalks players constantly, very similar to Mr. X in Resident Evil 2 or Nemesis in Resident Evil 3. But they wanted to bring from a more modern perspective, they wanted to bring that a constant fear of, such as games as Alien Isolation, where you're constantly being stalked and sort of disaster can strike at any time. And then we are, just to wrap everything up, they confirmed that the game is of course launching on February 2026. So definitely one that those long-standing fans of the franchise will definitely want to keep their eyes on this one, because it looks like a very interesting direction. And then to close things out, we finally got confirmation of the date of the major Minecraft update. So the Minecraft Vibrant Visual Update is going to be launching on the 17th of June. So this, for those who are not aware, this will be launching on both the free for all or on the Bedrock edition, which is essentially platforms like Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and mobile. But it'll also become Java edition, but at a later date. So what the Vibrant Visual Pack is it introduces major graphical enhancements such as volumetric lighting and screen space reflections, where players can toggle the visuals on and off. It won't work in local multiplayer, but will work with certain other packs. But it's essentially the first major graphical update we've had to Minecraft in many years. So if you're a fan of the Minecraft franchise, do be aware of this to check it out. And with that, everybody, that's it for this week. A fairly short news cycle because of most of the news is dominated off the back of the Xbox showcase. But let me know your thoughts in the comments on any of the news items today. Is there anything that stood out to you in the Xbox showcase last weekend? Do let me know. But with that, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you on the other side.